everyone, welcome back to our channel. In this video today we have two springtime DIYs. We have this beautiful Tulip Swag I made for $4. I also have a bunny DIY using clay pots from the Dollar Tree. If you're new to Southern Gals, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn your notifications on. And we're going to get started with our Tulip DIY first. So to get started with my Tulip Swag, the first thing I did was just measure across my door, and you just want to measure the inside part here because you don't want your swag going on the outer parts of the door. And my measure is roughly about 23 inches, so that's what I'm going to cut my branches. And what I'm using is I have a lot of these crepe myrtles out in my yard. These are really lightweight branches, so I'm just going to clip some of these off and trim them down to about 23 inches, and that's what I'm going to use on my swag. Now you can use branches from any type of bush or a tree, or you can even purchase these on Amazon or at Hobby Lobby. I'm just using what I have to really make this a budget friendly idea. So I'm going to use these crepe myrtle branches, and I think I've cut about between 35 to 40 branches, and I've got all different sizes. I've got some really thin skinny ones to some medium sized ones and then a little bit larger ones, just to make it have a nice variety in my swag. To put these together, what I'm going to do is I'm just taking a clear zip tie, and you can get zip ties from the Dollar Tree or Walmart or a hardware store, and I'm just going to wrap this around. The main thing you want to make sure is you don't want this to be rounded in a circle really tight. I want this to be more flat. So when you're tightening this, just make sure you're kind of pushing on it to keep it flat, so you'll have that back part of your swag to put your tulips up against. You don't want this rounded, or it's not going to sit good up against your door. I purchased my tulips from the Dollar Tree. You'll need to purchase one white, one pink, and one red. And then I have the burlap ribbon there I purchased from the Dollar Tree. And I used almost the whole roll for my bow. I might have had like 2 or 3 inches left that I didn't use. And my store tends to not have the plain burlap like that. They usually always have the one with the white lace in the center. And if that's all they have at your store, that white lace will peel right off to give you a plain burlap look. And all I did was I clipped my flowers down. I'm going to use 6 red, 6 white, and then 4 pink on my swag. And I'm just positioning these. I want one of the tulips on each end, the red, to kind of hang or overlap the end of the swag. So I'm just sliding this in between the branches, and then I'm going to go back with my glue gun and glue the green part into place. So I'm going to put 3 reds on each side, and again I'm just sliding these into place. And I'm just repeating the 3 red tulips on the other side. Again, I want one of them to kind of overlap or kind of hang off the edge of the swag on each side. And the next tulips, I'm going to use 2 pink on each side. So I've got my 2 pink ones here in place, and then 2 pink ones on the other side. And then I'm just going back with my glue gun, and you want to glue down on the green part or the stem part. I'm going to use my hot glue gun just to secure these into place. If you're putting this inside, you may not need to do much of this, but I'm going to put mine outside, so I want this to hold these in place really good. And And then the last tulips I'm adding are my white tulips. I'm putting three white tulips on each side. Again, I'm just kind of positioning these to fill in the space, and then I'm going back here and using my glue gun just to glue the stem up against the branches to hold these and secure these in place good. And now I'm going to go back and I'm just putting a little bit of glue from my glue gun under some of the flower tips or the flower petals, the bottom part, just to hold these in place and just make them a little bit more secure so they don't blow around too much. So just a little drop of glue and just holding that down into place just to make sure my flower petal doesn't blow off there, and I want to keep it positioned in this spot. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue. And next, I'm just adding my bow right in the center. I just used some floral wire to twist my bow, and I'm just twisting that into place here on my swag. And then I used my glue gun just to glue a little bit of that behind the bow just to make sure it's nice and secure. And I just clipped a little bit there of the bow. It's a little bit long on the ends there, so I just snipped that off. So here's my finished swag. This really has a beautiful, elegant look. The colors go great. Looks wonderful up against a white door, but it would also pop out against a dark door. I did not put a hanger on mine. Mine is just hanging with the branches up against a wreath hanger. You know, if you wanted to make a hanger, you could use some twine or something, but it's not necessary. This will slide right down into a wreath hanger. And this is such a beautiful look for spring. I can't believe I was able to make this for $4. I saw these online for sale, something similar to this, and they were around $30 some to purchase. So this is a great value to be able to make something this beautiful for only $4. And we're going to move on now. We're going to move to our second DIY with our little bunnies and our clay flower pots. To start our bunny clay pot DIY, I purchased a 3-pack of these miniature clay pots from the Dollar Tree. I also purchased a pack of these moss-covered bunnies. There's 3 in a pack. And then I purchased these wooden dowels or wooden sticks from the Dollar Tree, and I'm using the shorter sticks. I purchased a long one and a short one, but I'm only using the short ones. Then I'm taking a little bit of ivory chalk paint and mixing it with some water. I just want to kind of tone down my flower pots or give those a weathered look. So all I'm doing is I mix some of that paint with some water, and I'm just painting over these to tone down some of that terracotta color. Hot glue my bunnies to the sticks. I'm using 2 of the short sticks. They're exactly the same size out of the package, And then I've trimmed one down there a little bit shorter so they're not all the same size. I'm just using my hot glue gun. I'm going to put lots of glue here on the bunny and glue him to the stick. And then I put hot glue on the bottom of my stick. You need to put a lot of glue here and glue this down into the bottom of your flower pot. You just want to make sure that it's standing up straight. And I couldn't find any small buffalo plaid ribbon, so I'm cutting that down to make the bows that are going to go on the sticks. But I did find some of this black ribbon from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to go around my flower pot with a piece of that black ribbon. I'm just measuring around my pot, and I'm going to cut that, and then I'm going to glue that on with the glue gun. You just want to make sure when you're doing this that you kind of smooth your glue out so you don't have any big clumps there. So I'm just kind of going back and forth with my glue gun to make this have a flatter appearance. So here's my bunnies. These turned out really sweet. I did take some Spanish moss that I'd purchased from the Dollar Tree and I put that in the tops of the pots. This is a really cute, sweet look. You can make this really quickly. You can make this for around $3 to $4 with purchasing your supplies from the Dollar Tree. We hope you enjoyed our video today. If you're new to our channel, don't forget to subscribe. We're trying to have new videos out on Monday, so I don't want you to miss any of those. I'm going to put the links to some of our other spring and Easter DIYs down in our description box. We're also new to Instagram, so I put the link down in our description box. Check us out and you'll get a sneak peek of our videos that are coming out on Mondays. You'll get the sneak peek on Sundays. We want to thank everyone for watching. We hope you have a great Easter. Leave us a comment. Let us know which DIY that you like the best. Thanks again.